Beautiful people, what is up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see who's gonna get first in chat today. I'm always curious. I'm always curious. It's slowly become my favorite part of the stream. Just seeing who's gonna get first. Just seeing who's gonna get first. We'll see. I've already alerted the Discord. Let everybody know that we are streaming. Kay coming in with first. What's up, dude? Welcome. Style alert. What's up? Welcome, welcome. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. Let's see if I can get it a little bit brighter in here. A little bit brighter. Hello? There we go. Okay, that should do. That should do. Oh, wow, chat is filling up fast. What is up, guys? Sanchez, what's up? I looked down for 2 seconds. Sanchez, what's up? Olivia, what's up? Ghost, what's up? Kate, what's up? TM, what's up? Purple, what's up? Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sanchez, dude. Dude, did you see the YouTube short I posted like a couple hours ago? Nova got her package that you sent. She got her package. She absolutely loves her toy. In fact, she's over there right now still chewing on it. So I think it's safe to say that she loves her gift. I've already gave her a few treats too. She really seemed to enjoy those. Those are her favorite kind after all. So what is going on? Not a whole lot, dude. Not a whole lot. What's going on with you? What's up, Arnold? Hi, Wonder Bro. Hello. Welcome, beautiful people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You helped me so much, and I just want to say thank you. Hey, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. Yes, awesome. Okay, I'm glad you saw it, dude. I'm glad you saw it. I just wanted to make that to show you how excited Nova was. She was excited, man. She was excited. So today, guys, chat is filling up quick. Today we are going to be talking about, hold on, let me get comments pulled up on my second monitor here. Today we are going to be talking about accepting it like you had chose it. Accepting it like you had chose it. Now, this quote, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm like 90% sure that this quote comes from Eckhart Tolle. Accepting it like you had chose it, always working with it rather than against it. Of course, this is an obvious nod at acceptance, right? Accepting something like you had chose it. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. We don't have to wait around very long. Chat is already full, so cute gift. Yeah, she loves her little pineapple. All right. We don't really need to wait around today. Chat is already full. What is up, Pooty? Good to see you, dude. I'm glad you could make it, man. I hope you're staying on track. I hope you're continuing to kick ass and really snuff that second fear out. All right, guys. All right. Let me read one more comment and then we'll get started. Wonder Bro, I took your advice. I let go and my anxiety slowly went away. On my next date, I told my girlfriend how I need some time to myself on the occasion and she completely understood. There you go, dude. I'm glad it worked out for you. All right, guys, let's get going. Accepting it like you had chose it. Anxiety recovery. Now, like I said, this little quote comes from Eckhart Tolle, and it is a very obvious nod at acceptance. It is a very obvious nod at non-resistance. So, if we accept something, right? If we accept something like we chose it, what does that really mean? And why would that set us free in the end? Well, the problem, okay? And if you've been here for a while, you're already well aware of what the problem is. The problem with anxiety and the problem with stress and all this good stuff and the physical symptoms that we feel and the negative intrusive thoughts that we have, the problem with all of these things is not that they're problems within themselves, but when we start adding that worry, you knew I was going to say it, when we start adding that worry to these physical symptoms and these negative intrusive thoughts, that's where the suffering really starts to kick in. Why? Why does it work that way? How come these things alone aren't suffering? You're telling me that unless I add the worry, then it's not necessarily suffering? Yes, that's what I'm telling you. And the reason it works that way is because the cycle is very simple. The cycle is very, very simple. You guys know it, and you should know it like the back of your hand. Worry equals danger. Worry equals danger to the brain. So as you get these physical symptoms of anxiety, as you get these very negative intrusive thoughts, when you add the worry to them, the oh my God, I don't want to feel this, oh my God, I don't want to think this, oh my God, make it go away, all of that crap, all of the worry, all of the fighting, all of the arguing, we could be here all day giving examples on that. But as you add that, remember that very simple brain fact, worry equals danger. So that's why these things become a problem. That's when these things become a problem. So in themselves, the physical symptoms, the negative intrusive thoughts, yes, they're not exactly something to jump in joy over, right? But in themselves, they're not a problem. They don't cause suffering in themselves. They might be uncomfortable, but they don't cause suffering in themselves. It's when we get caught in the loop, man. It's when we get caught in the cycle of, oh my God, I don't want to feel this way. Oh my God, this is horrible. That's when these things really start to cause problems. Because again, we come back to that brain fact: worry equals danger. Okay, so when Eckhart Tolle says we need to accept it, we need to go with it, accept it like we had chosen it, right? Accepting it like you had chosen it. When he says that, what he simply means is if you go into these thoughts and feelings with little resistance, with little worry, and just say, you know what, it's here, and I'm here for it. You know what? That physical symptom's there, and I'm here for it. You know what? Those thoughts are there, and I'm here for it. When you go into it like you had chosen it, if I sat down and chose to feel this way, if I sat down and chose to have these thoughts, then that would be the furthest away from resistance that you could ever possibly be, right? That would be the furthest away from resistance that you could ever possibly be. And the reason why we need to start accepting it like we chose it, right, is because when that worry kicks in, when that second fear kicks in, then we get caught in that cycle, then we get caught in that loop. Now, again, I'm not sitting here and saying that these physical symptoms are the funnest thing in the world to deal with. I'm not sitting here and saying that these thoughts are the funnest thing in the world to deal with. I know that in themselves they are uncomfortable. I get that. But the suffering, the absolute suffering comes into play when that resistance comes into the picture. Why? You already know what I'm about to say, because worry equals anxiety, because to the brain, worry equals danger. So if we accepted these symptoms, like I literally sat down and said, you know what, today I want to have these symptoms. If we accepted these negative intrusive thoughts, like I literally sat down and said, you know what, today I want to have these thoughts. If we accepted it in that way, we're the furthest away from resistance we could possibly be. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, so accept it like you chose it. Easier said than done, Wonder Bro. And I get it. I get that it's easier said than done. But you got to understand, all of that nasty resistance, all of that nasty worry, this is not something that's being done to you, right? The worry is not something that's just happening to you. That is in your control. That is under your direct conscious control. If you choose to log into worry and start fighting with these thoughts and feelings, that is on you, right? So people say, easier said than done, Wonder Bro. When I get these physical symptoms and I get these negative intrusive thoughts, I automatically start doing all this worry. And I'm like, okay, the habit may be so strong that it feels automatic, but at the end of the day, it's still you doing it. That's still your choice, right? Don't forget that you have a choice. That is still your choice. That is still you sitting there choosing to indulge in the worry about these thoughts and feelings. That is on you, and you've got to take responsibility for that. So next time you feel these feelings, next time you have these thoughts, kind of remind yourself of the stream today. Hey, you know what? I'm going to accept it like I had chosen it. Right? And automatically that starts to put you in a different mindset. Automatically you start to get the wheels turning a little bit, and you're like, okay, maybe I can choose to view this in a different way. Maybe I can choose to go the accepting route today instead of the worry route today. So when you say stuff to yourself like, you know what if I accepted this like I had chose it? Then that kind of grounds you for a second and makes you look at all the different possibilities that are out there instead of going the worry route, right? So again, just a little quote, just a little, I don't really like the term mantra, but we'll use it. Just a little mantra today to remind you about what's up. You need to accept these thoughts and feelings like you had chosen them. And if I accept something like I had chosen it, then I'm definitely not going to be worrying about it. Then I'm definitely not going to add a bunch of second fear, right? And again, I know that's easier said than done, but do not use the excuse that you can't do it because something's forcing you to worry. Nothing's forcing you to go the worry route. That is something that you got to take absolute responsibility for. That is something that you've got to break. That's a habit you've got to work on, right? That is something that's on your shoulders. That's something that you have to take credit for, right? You can't blame it on anything else. You can't sit down and say, I got all this crap making me worry. No, you're doing the worrying. That is your choice at the end of the day. So remember, always accept it like you had chosen it and work on that. And you might notice that 5 seconds later you slip back into the worry. Okay, you can kind of catch yourself and be like, oh, there I go again. I need to work on this. Wonder Bro said this is my responsibility, because it is. And if you're always pointing the fingers at everything else, then we can't put in the work and we can't make the effort and we can't do the practice because we're too busy pointing fingers. That is not what we want to do. We have to take responsibility for our own worry habit. We have to take responsibility for the way that we view our thoughts and our feelings, right? Right? So accept it like you had chosen it. Always go into these thoughts and feelings accepting them like you had chosen them. All right? So just a little stream today to kind of put you back on track. Maybe you got off track a little bit, but there's just a little stream to push you back on track and say, hey, remember, you need to accept it like you had chosen it. It is your choice, and you have to take responsibility for going the worry route because that is what you're choosing to do. So it's time to break that habit. So remember, guys, most importantly, I say this all the time, the advice is only as good as your willingness to use it. All right, moving on over to the post stream. That was the point of today's stream, guys. Like I said, I heard that quote long ago, long before I even started really applying acceptance, long before I started working on my own worry habit. I heard that quote from Eckhart Tolle, accept it like you had chosen it. And I thought, that sounds interesting. But then I didn't apply it for many, many, many months later until I started applying that. But once I actually started to apply acceptance and putting in the work, then that quote made a little bit more sense to me, to accept it like you had chosen it. So I just wanted to touch on that today and just kind of throw that little quote out there. Maybe it'll speak to somebody out there, right? Let's see who we got in chat today. Such a cute gift, Sanchez, for his doggy. It really is adorable. Got triggered, but honestly feeling physically recovering every day. Everything getting brighter. Dude, you're right on track, man. You're right on track, and you just need to stay on track. You're right on track. You need to stay on track. Ooh, guys. I've already got it ready to go today. I've already got it ready to go today, guys. First time catching you live. Hello, what's up, APC? Welcome, dude. I'm glad you could catch it live. I hope you enjoyed it. Hi, Wonder Bro. What's up, Edward? Welcome, dude. Welcome. Guys, we are currently on record pace right now with the streak goal. We are currently on record pace. We're on 14 days. That is the longest streak we ever had. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I was thinking about that last night, actually. Hey, Wonder Bro. What's up, Keith? Welcome, dude. The song, man. The song. Yes, I had it ready to go today. I had it ready to go, man. I'm telling you, this is going to become my theme song. I'm singing that all the time. It's going to get stuck in your heads. I'm telling you. Eventually we'll get burnt out on it, right? Eventually chat will get burnt out on it and we'll go to something else. But for now, definitely the theme song for this channel, man. I've gone outside trigger situation. I have not done accepting right. I have not cured shit. I've just put myself in a very bad situation. No benefit. Tell me if I get it right. If I have gone outside trigger situation, I have not done acceptance right. I have not cured shit. I've just put myself in very bad situations with no benefits. Not necessarily. You're putting in what we call practice. You're trying to hold yourself to a perfect standard, right? You're putting in the accepting practice. You're starting to work on your second fear. You're starting to work on your worry. That doesn't mean that you failed at everything just because you don't feel like you are currently where you wish to be, right? But if you're worried about that, then you're still worrying, and that's the habit right there that we got to cut out. Yeah, see, I don't know why I don't know why that happens. I don't know why sometimes people lose connections, and it doesn't happen to everyone. That's the weird part. It only happens to a few people in chat. It only happens to a few people in chat. What the fuck? Wait, that's... Did you do that by mistake? Hold up. What the fuck? Did you do that by mistake, my guy? Yo. Hold on. Is that a $400 tip? Did you do that by mistake, my guy? It says, haven't watched your streams in a while because I'm focusing on recovery. I'm at the last stage and just had to pop in and say thank you for helping. Hey, I appreciate... Wait a minute. Hold up. Was that by mistake? Did you mean to send 40? You need to let me know. You need to let me know. Did you mean to send 40? Because I will issue a refund right now. You need to let me know. You need to let me know if you're in chat. I'm not gonna get excited yet because I need to know. I need to know. I need to know if that was an accident. That's a really odd number. $420 tip. You need to let me know if that was a mistake before I get hype, because I will refund you, my guy. I will refund you. That's just a really odd number. Was that on purpose? Can somebody, can you confirm this for me? Hold up. I need to make sure that was on purpose. Send me a DM. Send me a DM. Send me a DM on the Instagram or something. Let me know if that was on purpose. No mistake. Dude, are you serious? A $420 tip? Oh my God. Oh my God. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay. Confirmed. Wasn't a mistake. I don't know what to say, dude. I don't know what to say. What the fuck? Dude, I appreciate you, man. I was just sitting around wondering. Like, okay, I've got, what, like 7 days left in this month. I got to get my mortgage together, so I was going to start grinding that out to get the last little bit of my mortgage together. Man. Holy shit, okay. Okay. A $420 tip from Jaw in chat, man. Spam the chat. I need you all to spam the chat, man. Show this guy some love. Holy shit. Wow. 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 Alright, I don't have to grind it out for grind it out for the rest of my mortgage this month. You just made it for me. There we go. Holy shit. Okay. Can we spam the chat, man? Spam the chat. I'm at the last stage of recovery. Life is good, but I can't let it go. Can't let the worrying go. But zero anxiety attacks or anything. Yeah, so just some bad habits still remaining. Just some bad habits still remaining. I get it. Toss me a DM. Where are you going to toss me a DM? Instagram? Toss me a DM on Instagram. Toss me a DM on Instagram, my guy. Toss me a DM. Also, are you in the Discord? You can toss me a DM on the Discord if you'd like. Wow, that's huge, dude. That is huge. Holy shit. Whew, okay. Damn. And I appreciate you. I thought for sure that was like a mistake at first, because it was just like kind of an odd number. Wow. 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 What else do you say, man? That is awesome. Show him some love, chat. And let me know, Jaw, where you plan on tossing me that DM. Let me know. Let me know. I do somewhat remember you from months ago. Like I said, toss me a DM on the Instagram. All that good stuff. Yeah, I do remember you from months ago. I'm glad that you've been making progress, dude. I'm glad you've been making some progress. So now we'll just now we'll drive it home. Like I said, toss me that DM. From what you're saying in chat, sounds like you've made progress. You're just at that kind of like that in between spot. I think that would be fair to say. Kind of at that in between spot. You've made progress. 0 anxiety attacks, you said. So just having some loose ends that we need to tie up. And that's normal. That's normal. You know, we can heal. Like I said, we can heal our nerves. We can heal our nerves. We can desensitize our nervous systems. But as a human being, you still have a thinking mind, right? And you still have thoughts that come and go. So that's why I'll always say this is good life advice and not just good anxiety advice. So it sounds like you're right there somewhere in between. You've healed the nerves. You're not having anxiety attacks, panic attacks, all that good stuff. But there's still some loose ends that need to be tied up, right? So understandable. If you've got Discord, it'd probably be best for you to toss me a DM on there, or just the Vacate Fear Facebook page. Yeah, see, that's normal. Back to living life, to having healed nerves, but still having some thoughts that come in about getting back into the cycle. So what happens is, ironically enough, we start adding worry to the thought. And like we always say, it doesn't matter what the thought says. You can have a thought that says, you know, you might get back into the cycle. Or you can have a thought that says blah, blah, blah this or blah, blah, blah that. The context of the thought is irrelevant. Your job always stays the same, though. To catch that thought and not add worry to it. That is your one job, and that's the one job that I always want you to remember. So we see it happen all the time. We see people, you know, say, okay, well, the context of this thought seems more important than my old thoughts. Okay, Wonder Bro, I'm worried about going back into the cycle. So we want to toss context out the window and make it irrelevant, because when you're worried about context, you're still worried, right? So no matter what the negative thought is about, right? I might fall back into the cycle, or whatever the thought wants to say. You have to remember what your one job is, right? You have to remember what your one job is, and that one job is to not tack on the worry to that thought. So even if you've got somebody out there that's struggling with the thought that says, I might fall back into the cycle, or even if you've got somebody out there whose thought says, I might have a heart attack, or even if you've got somebody out there who says, I might go crazy, right? The context of the thought will always be irrelevant, because your job remains the same, right? The context of the thought will always be irrelevant because your job remains the same. Your job remains the same, which is to not tack on worry to the thought, right? Right? So we need to keep you on board with that. We need to get you on board with that. Obviously, you've got some experience under your belt, some practice under your belt, because you wouldn't have been able to heal your nerves otherwise. So obviously, you've been putting in some work. You've been putting in some work, but now comes that moment where we've got to tie up some loose ends. We've still got thoughts that are given too much worry to, too much concern to. So at this point, it's a matter of getting back on track, or staying on track in your case, and driving it home, which means when these thoughts come, we don't get into the worry about the context. We don't get into the worry about this or that, right? We stick to our one job. Well, you can't always avoid making decisions forever, right, Purple? You can't always avoid making decisions forever, so that's important to remember. I don't think that you should necessarily avoid making decisions while you're sensitized. I do believe that while you're sensitized, it can be a bit tougher to make decisions, but at the same time, like I said, we can't avoid making decisions forever. So, you know, you got to take that into consideration. But Jesus, man, I just want to say thank you again to Jaw, dude, with the $420 tip, man. I just want to say thank you again to Jaw. That is insane. The feeling of impending doom is the only symptom I have that triggers me to have panic attack, but I just got through my first time not panicking when experiencing it. So obviously you're on the right track. Obviously you're on the right track, and we need to keep you on that track. Practice, man, practice. People underestimate the power of practice, right? People underestimate the power of practice. And, you know, somebody said, how about regret? Well, you know, you got to understand, regardless of the context of the thoughts, if you tack the worry on there, you stay in the cycle, because, again, worry equals danger to the brain. So no matter what thoughts or feelings you're having, it's never worth tacking the worry on. You see what we're getting at? So no matter what anxious thoughts or feelings you're having, whether it's about the past, future, a what if, or whatever, no matter what anxious thoughts or feelings you're having, worry will always equal danger to the brain. And that's why context will always be irrelevant. And that's why you've got to do your one job, which is to not tack the worry on, to catch the worry if you do start doing it and turn it into acceptance. That's why you got to stick to your one job no matter what. Because no matter what anxious thought or feeling you have, like in Jaw's case, worried about, you know, he has the thought about going into the cycle, right? No matter what the thought is saying, worry will always equal danger to the brain. Therefore, your one job never changes. No matter what anxious thoughts or feelings you're having, you got to do your one job, which is to not tack the worry on. Or if you've already done that, spot the worry and turn it into acceptance, right? So it's not uncommon, Jaw, to be in a place where you've healed your nerves a majority of the way. You're no longer experiencing full-blown panic attacks or anxiety attacks, right, necessarily. It's not uncommon to be somewhere in the middle like that. You might not be necessarily experiencing full-blown panic or anxiety attacks anymore. You may have healed your nerves majority of the way, but you might still have the worry habit there, right? Right? Hey! Man, holy shit, you guys. $20 coming in from Mom of 8 says, Wonder Bro, I'm starting to heal, going to stay on the Chris/Dr. Claire Weeks course. Thank you so much. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Holy shit, look at that tip goal, guys. I don't know what else to say besides thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. Shout out to Mom of 8 and a huge, huge, huge shout out to Jaw, man. All thoughts and feelings are irrelevant. You need to focus on that split second where you react. If you can fix your reaction, you will heal. Yes, you are correct. And like I said, dude, it's not uncommon to be where you are, somewhere in between, right? Somewhere in between. You've healed your nerves majority of the way. You're no longer like full-blown this, full-blown that, but the worry habit still kind of remains, right? And it's just a matter of continuing to break that worry habit. It's just a matter of continuing to break that worry habit. So I hope I was able to answer your question, man, because that tip was huge. Again, toss me a DM on Instagram if you've got Instagram, or toss me a DM on the Vacate Fear Facebook page. But honestly, I'm just gonna tell you the same thing I've told you on stream, right? But you know, if you need it written down for you, I'll write it down for you. Yeah, getting tangled in the negative thoughts and beliefs. Yeah, so, you know, just still kind of giving into the worry habit. Right? And like I keep saying, it's not uncommon to find yourself there. You've healed your nerves the majority of the way. You're no longer having full-blown this, full-blown that, but the worry habit still remains, so we can still work on that. So we accept the thoughts and we accept the feelings the thoughts bring, but we're not tacking on the worry. Some people are referring to it as the reaction in chat. You can call it not tacking on the reaction. You can call it not tacking on the worry, just being with it. You know, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but that's what it comes down to. And that's absolutely what I would say to you, Jaw, is where you're at, you know, in your recovery, where you've done so much work. It's just a matter of time, and it's really just a matter of continuing to drive it home with these thoughts. Having the thoughts but doing the opposite of worry. Having the thoughts and just saying I'm here for it. Having the thoughts and just saying if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Having the thoughts and doing the exact opposite of worry. That's what I would tell you. And like I said, you can still feel free to DM me if you would like, because that was a massive, massive tip. But I'm just going to tell you the same thing over DMs too. So. But hey, if you want it wrote down for you, I will write it down for you. But that's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you that worry always equals danger, and you have to focus on your one job. You have to continue to focus on your one job. When you get these thoughts, no matter what they're saying, remember, it doesn't matter what they're saying. That's not important. No matter what they're saying, your one job is to either not tack on the worry at all and just say fuck it from the get-go. Or if you do catch yourself tacking on the worry, spotting that and changing it up and starting to do the opposite of worry, right? right? So yeah, that's what I would definitely advise you in your situation. And thanks again, dude. Thanks again for the massive, massive tip, man. I appreciate it. Well, short-term memory loss is not exactly an uncommon symptom. People do experience it with heightened anxiety. I couldn't really remember shit that I did 5 minutes ago when I was in full-blown swing of anxiety. So it's actually not as uncommon as you would think. It's really not. It's quite common actually. So it's easy to get in that place where people are like, okay, I've done majority of the work, my nerves feel pretty much healed, I'm not really experiencing extreme reactions anymore, but I still have a lot of thoughts. And chances are, okay, number one, those are usually the last to kind of fade. The physical reaction might fade first, and that's how you know you're healing your nerves. Now the thoughts themselves, okay, the thoughts themselves will probably be the last thing to fade, because you can heal a nervous system rather quickly. However, the thoughts are kind of concreted in there. They're kind of concreted in your brain. How could they not be? In the past, you've gave them so much importance with the tacked on worry. How could they not be concreted in your brain? So the physical reaction tends to die down first, which is a good sign that you're healing the actual physical nerves. Then the thoughts themselves are usually the last to fade, and that comes from no longer tacking the worry onto them and doing the opposite of worry. And then the thoughts lose their hold, right? They start to lose being so concreted in your brain. The brain starts to mark them up as no longer important. That takes, in most cases, a little bit longer than to actually heal the physical nerves, right? And I think that's probably where you're at too, Jaw. You're probably at a place where you feel you've healed the physical nerves, and now we've got to unconcrete those thoughts. And how we do that is we start to show the brain that they're not important. And how we do that is doing the opposite of worry, either catching the worry and shutting it down, or not even adding it to begin with. And I'm sure your mind will give you plenty of opportunities to do that as you go throughout your day. But yeah, that usually takes a little bit longer than actually healing the physical nerves. Can you say some tips on how to get less thoughts? I can't, because that would be physically impossible, right? We can't give you a tip on how to get less thoughts. Your mind is going to give you thoughts. That's what a mind does. And as long as you're a human being, you'll always get the occasional thought. Now, when you're sensitized, it's going to be much more intense and probably much more frequent. As you heal, it'll be less frequent and way less intense, obviously, as far as the physical reaction goes. But we can't tell you how to get less thoughts. What we can tell you is that if you want the mind to slow down on its own, you have to give the thoughts that you do have less importance. You got to stop tacking on as much worry, and then the mind will take care of itself, right? Yeah, definitely. I've been having days, nearly weeks without anxiety. It sounds like you're definitely on the right track, dude. It sounds like you're definitely on the right track, and all I would say to you now is remember your one job. Maybe some days you're giving those thoughts a little bit more importance, and you're tacking on a little bit more worry than you need to be, right? I think that's fair to say, and that's okay. You're human. You're not perfect. You're human. You're not perfect. But I would say in your case, Jaw, that you have done a lot of healing. And at this point, we just need to continue to work on the worry habit. And then those thoughts will start to slow down too. So if you're in a sensitized nervous system, the feelings of anxiety can seem to last what some people call all day. This is a possibility, but that doesn't have to mean that you suffer. You only suffer when you tack the worry on. So you can be with your thoughts and be with your feelings without tacking the worry on. That means to not get up into your thinking mind, blah 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 this, blah 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 that. That means to just say to yourself, it is what it is, and continue to rinse and repeat this. Always go the acceptance route. And when you catch yourself going the worry route, you've got to call yourself out on that shit. You have to hold yourself accountable. You have to hold yourself responsible and work on it, right? What did I miss? $440 tip goal. You missed Jaw coming in with a $420 tip, and then Mom of 8 coming in with a $20 tip behind him. So that's what you missed. I need to learn how to live life more and less worry. So, like I said, chances are you've healed your nervous system with the acceptance that you have done, and now we just need to work on the worry habit, right? Now we just need to work on the worry habit. So It's all the same at the end of the day. We heal the nerves just like we work on the worry habit. You know, we work on the worry habit, we heal the nerves. Your one job never changes. Whether we're trying to get you out of a full-blown sensitized state, or we're just trying to wrap up and tighten up some loose ends like we're doing in your case, Jaw, right? Your job still does not change no matter what situation you find yourself in. Full-blown sensitized or just a worry habit. We still work on it. We work on it, we spot the thoughts, and we do the opposite of worry. So for example, I'll give you an example using your own words. You said you had the thought, what if I fall back into the cycle? Well, to that, you do the opposite of worry. You say, I don't care if I do. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to fall back in the cycle, obviously, but it means that you're doing the opposite of worry. You're cutting out the middleman, right? You're cutting out the middleman. You're not giving your mind an opportunity to debate with you, right? You're cutting out the middleman. You're going straight to the source and just doing the opposite of worry. So that is what I would say to you now. That's what we need to do. If you keep on working on that and putting in that effort, you'll tie up these loose ends that you got going on, right? You'll drive it home completely. You'll drive it home completely. You know, and you know, like I keep saying, if you still feel the need to DM me, feel free to do that. But I'm going to tell you the same thing over DMs, right? I'm going to tell you that if you want to tighten up these last few loose ends you got going on, that you just need to continue working on the worry habit. That's what I would tell you. So just a little bit more effort and we'll get you there. Just a little bit more effort will get you there. It sounds like you're making good progress, though. It really does. Okay, I got a granola bar in my mouth, so. Let me just chew on that for a minute. It sounds to me, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Jaw, but it sounds to me like you've come out of the severe sensitized state, which is great progress, and now you're trying to reach the finish line. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like you've come out of the severe sensitized state, and now you're somewhere in between, and we just need to continue to drive it home by putting in a little bit more effort on doing the opposite of worry when these thoughts come around. I would honestly just give you the same advice, Kate. You know, sticky thoughts are going to be sticky. There's nothing we can really do about that. But as long as you continue to not engage and just accept, they'll take care of themselves in time. And I know it's easy to get frustrated and say, oh, it's taking forever. I'd say my number one tip would be do not get frustrated. Understand that that's just a very normal part of the process. I wouldn't so much call it a confused state, Jaw, as I would call it, you said no bad setbacks, but I realize that my life should be much better. I wouldn't say so much a confused state as you're somewhere in between. You got to understand that your nerves went through a lot. Your body went through a lot. You pulled yourself out of the severe sensitized state, but now you've got to just continue using the advice and continue going down that route. So I wouldn't really say it's a confused state. I would say it's a state where you've done a lot of healing, and we need to drive it home by continuing to really dedicate and put in the effort with the advice, right? That's what I would call it. You can check in on your anxiety as much as you'd like, as long as it's not with a worried tone of voice, right? As long as it's not with a worried state of mind. If you're sitting around aware that you have anxiety, that in itself is not necessarily a problem. But if you're tacking on worry, then it is, right? Fair point. Yeah, I would say you might just be overcomplicating it for yourself, Jaw, by telling yourself that you're in this weird place where, blah blah blah. Don't overcomplicate it. You got to look at it like this. You've been through a lot. Your body and mind has been through a lot, and just because you've pulled out a severe sensitization doesn't mean that there might not be a little bit left, right? The nerves might still be a little bit tired. So you've pulled yourself out of a severe spot, but we've still got a little bit more work to do to really drive it home and heal those nerves completely. I would say continue applying what you've already been applying, because obviously it's working. The only thing that I would add is that I would step up the effort a little bit more. So when the thoughts come, the worries come, or the thoughts rather, you need to spot whether or not you're still adding worry. And if you are, do the opposite. Do the opposite, right? Will I sleep tonight? Like worries about not falling asleep and going crazy when I'm not sleeping. I get those panic attacks. Yeah, you can have those thoughts for longer than 15 to 25. You can have them for even longer if you continue to add the worry, right? Because you're continuing to make them important. So we got to spot that worry, and we got to do the opposite of it. What other books besides Claire Weeks do you recommend? I haven't really read that many, to be fair. Trust me, you're not a special case. When you say, I've had these thoughts since 15, I'm now 25, I'd say you do with as much worry as you tack onto them. I'd say you do have them still, right? So we want to do the opposite of that. We want to do the opposite of that. You got a thought that says you might not sleep tonight, you say, fuck it, if I don't, I don't, right? So we spot the worry, we stomp the worry out. Even if we don't believe it, even if we're scared, we stomp the worry out, because we know that the worry keeps us in the anxiety cycle, and we know that the worry equals danger to the brain, and we know that the worry tells the brain that these thoughts are important when they're not. We know all this, right? We know all this. It's just a matter of applying it. It's a matter of putting in the effort to continuously do that, right? All right, let's see here. Let's see here. All right, I got you, Jaw. I see where you DM me now. I got you. I got you. I was wondering where that was at. So during your journey, did you see every day getting better and better, even if the thought's still around but not noise as before? Yeah, so it's like I was telling Jaw. The thoughts are usually the last thing to be unconcreted, to be uplifted, right? Because you can physically heal a nervous system pretty damn quick. But the thoughts have been given so much importance over the course of your lifetime, or however long you've been on this journey. The thoughts have been given so much importance with the worry that you used to do in the past, right? That you can heal the physical nerves with acceptance rather quickly. But in order for the brain to learn that these thoughts are no longer needed, that takes a little bit more time. That's usually how it goes. Does writing your thoughts down on paper good? I think it's a waste of time and a waste of paper. And I'll tell you this, because the whole point is to not give these thoughts importance. We don't want to write a book about them. The whole point is to not give these thoughts importance. If you give something importance, it becomes important, right? If you give something importance, it becomes important. So I would say with these thoughts, writing them on paper would be not only a waste of time, but a waste of paper. When these thoughts come, you need to do the opposite of worry. You need to say, fuck it. If I sleep tonight, I sleep. If I don't, I don't. You see how we're taking away the importance? And as we take away the importance and we're doing the opposite of worry, the brain is learning too. But you got to do this and 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 do this. It's not a one and done. For so long, you've added importance to these thoughts, but now we got to go the other direction. And as we do this, it's not the most comfortable or fun process in the world. But as you do it, the brain starts to learn that they're not important. So usually, you can physically heal the nerves pretty quickly. The thoughts are usually the last to fade, and that's true for most people. What's up, Wonder Bro? What's up, Tony? Yeah, waste of your time. Not only a waste of your time, but a waste of perfectly good paper. It would probably be more beneficial to you when these negative thoughts are there to doodle like dick sketches on a piece of paper like I would do in high school, like draw a dick on the piece of paper. That's probably going to be more beneficial to you than writing these thoughts out. That's how much you're wasting your time. Right? Because you're giving the thoughts importance, and the whole point is to not give the thoughts importance. The whole thought is to take their importance away. The whole game plan is to not tack on the worry to the thoughts, right? So you're better off just doodling dicks on a piece of paper than you would be writing the thoughts down, right? So basically accepting is saying I don't give a fuck. That's one way to put it. There you go. That's one way to put it. Of course, Dr. Claire Weeks herself never said that, but I'll tell you that that's basically what it means. Yes, because as we worry about these thoughts and feelings, we're just hyping them up. We're just hyping them up. Let's see. Yeah, your messages must not be going through because I'm not getting anything. I scrolled to see if maybe it got held, but I'm not even seeing that. What's up, Ghost? Hey, as you start to work on that worry habit, Tony, you'll see that these things start to return naturally. Because that worries habit's what's making you feel so crappy, right? So as you continue to work on that, you'll see the natural feelings and the motivation and all this good stuff start to naturally come back. I thought I got a live notification, but then I went on YouTube and couldn't find any vacate viewers live notification to click on, so I thought it was a false alarm. No, we're live. We're live. Yeah, the notification system's really weird. It's really, really weird. Let's see, Jaw, you deserve a roll, bro, in the Discord. You deserve that big baller roll. There we go. Congrats, dude. Hey, you know, always remember, chat, feelings and thoughts are only as big as the importance you give them. There you go. Always remember, chat, feelings and thoughts are only as big as the importance you give them. If I'm sitting here and I've got Tony beside me, Tony from the chat, if I'm sitting here and I've got Tony beside me on the couch, right, and Tony just got the thought that he might have, I don't know, we'll use health anxiety as an example. I don't know if Tony has health anxiety, but we'll use it. Tony gets the thought, I might have a heart attack. I'm sitting beside Tony, I get the thought I might have a heart attack. Now, if Tony in his head starts to go, oh shit, oh fuck, what's the likelihood? I wonder what the statistics are. I wonder if that's possible, right? If Tony starts doing that in his head, well, I'll just put it bluntly to you, he's going to be fucked for a little bit, right? Now, if I get the thought, and I'm sitting beside Tony, you might have a heart attack, and I say, okay, well, fuck it. Gotta go some point, right? And now that's not to say you can't go to the doctor for your yearly checkup. But if I get the thought and I just say, well, fuck it, you know, then more than likely I'm going to have a much better day than Tony, right? Because Tony, come 10 o'clock tonight, he's probably still going to be down that rabbit hole unless he gets a grip on it, right? And the whole time he's doing this, his nerves are just getting beat, right? So do you see what's going on here, right? You see what's going on? but this was not helping my healing, and I would have been better staying inside. I wouldn't necessarily say that you would have been better staying inside, because you still put yourself in a position where practice was needed, and you still did your best to practice. I always say nobody's perfect, right? So just because you didn't quote unquote nail the practice doesn't mean it was a huge waste of time and you fucked up, right? So to have that attitude, to beat yourself up like that's not going to get us anywhere. I would look at it like, you know what, I tried to practice, maybe I didn't do the best, but so be it, I practiced. If we're going to worry about how we practiced, right, then we're still doing worrying. And the whole point of acceptance, guys, is to not worry about these thoughts and feelings, to spot the worry and stomp it out and turn it into acceptance. So if you're going to worry about how your practice went today, well then that's hurting you more than the failed practice is, right? Do you see what we're getting at? That's hurting you more than the failed practices. So now's a good chance to practice stomping out the worry about how you didn't have the best practice day, right? It all comes back to that, man. It all does. It really does. And I'm sorry if I've missed any comments. Chat is popping off today. Well, see, that's the thing. You may not feel like you mean the fuck it at first, Kate, when you're saying fuck it. You may feel like you don't mean it. But here's the thing. We don't need the meaning there just yet. As long as you're not doing the worrying after you say fuck it, then the fuck it counts, right? Whether you say it with the meaning from the top of the rooftops or not. If you say fuck it and you don't tack on the worry and you just rinse and repeat the fuck it accepted attitude, then it's working. Whether you feel like you quote unquote mean it or not, it's still doing its job because the worry's not coming into play like it used to be. So whether you feel like you have the most confidence in the world or whether you mean it 100% or not, it's still doing its job. Does that make sense? It's still doing its job.
My stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control. Feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the
Do you ever listen to us all shake? Do you ever listen to us all and shake your head thinking, why don't they get it? No, I don't do that because I understand. I was once there. It's easy to listen to my streams and forget that I was once there, but I understand how it feels to be there. So sometimes, you know, I do have to repeat myself quite a bit, but I'm willing to do it because I know how it feels. So everything is still good and 100% healing is around the corner next week. I'm asking the most basic questions. Yeah, it's just that you're giving back into the worry rather than just saying fuck the thoughts and feelings, right? So, I mean, that's just proof. Some weeks you're able to not add the worry, and some weeks you still add the worry. That tells us one thing. You just need to keep practicing, right? and you should become more consistent with it. You should become more consistent with it as time goes on. I don't think you're wasting your time or that your worry's no good. I think that you're doing great, and I think that you just need to continue doing what you're doing. I think you need to continue doing the practice, and you'll become more consistent with it in time. Consistency is something that we practice and learn over time, right? And that's why we love the word practice so much. You can hear Nova with her new toy in the background that Sanchez got her. She loves it, dude. She's going to town on the thing. She loves it, man.
I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne.
All right, beautiful people. We are approaching that 1 hour mark, man. So I'm going to go ahead and start to wind it down here. It's been such an awesome stream today, man. I really appreciate it. Huge shout out to Mom of 8, and an especially huge shout out to my boy, Jaw, man. Jaw, thank you so much, dude, for the $420 tip. Holy shit. I can barely believe those words as I speak them. But thank you so much, dude, from the bottom of my heart. Seriously, thank you so much. Excellent stream, guys. Again, thanks for watching. I love all of you. We're approaching that 1 hour mark, so let's wrap it up here. And if you're joining us late, assuming YouTube doesn't butcher my upload, it will be uploaded and you can watch it back in its entirety once that gets uploaded. Shouldn't take it very long at all. All right, guys, I love you. Thank you so much for everything. Another awesome stream, and until next